Welcome to the Spodia stream. Where's my webcam? Is my webcam not showing up? One second, everybody. Let me make sure the webcam actually works. I know it works. We did have a power outage earlier today. I don't think that's the reason, though. There we go. Hey, everybody. You get to see my face again. Sorry about that one. Everybody, I am here tonight for some Rocket League action. Hornets take on Team Depot here tonight for our one and only matchup. Again, I had a power outage earlier, but again, hopefully all is doing well. We have seen the Hornets before, and the roster hasn't changed since the last time we saw them. Masts leading the way with TikTok tweet, resentful Vizzle, and Phantom behind him. Cody still sticking around in that sub. Team Depot, though, pretty small organization. It's actually been around for quite a while. It's an arc that I recognize has been around for a little while. A pretty small org. They actually call themselves a Rocket League community. Relatively small org in terms of size, but again, get to see them here on this stream, I think for the first time ever, so it was fun to get to see orgs showing up here. Definitely the first time we've seen them, at least in a while. They've been in a ton of past tournaments. As I said, they're not a young org by any means. But they get to play tonight here, and again, an all-star division matchup. Prelude, Emmy, and it's Tricky will be leading the team. Our match tonight, best of 5 here. Action, I'm sure, here. Okay, we're just getting things prepared here. Sorry about that. Just make sure these players are in the lobby, ready to go as soon as we can. Again, prediction poll is live. Get to take your votes on the Hornets or Team Depot. The thing about this match, it's kind of a coin flip. Both these teams are right now 0-2. They have not won yet this season. In fact, both of them have not even won a single game. They've both been swept in both of their losses, so and we are just getting things out as we can. As again, just a fun match here for week number 3, part of the Mayhem Esports All-Star 3v3 division. So, again, a nice little best of 5. We get to see one team finally get their first win of the season. There's a good chance we might be seeing both these teams get their first game wins of the season, especially this far into the season. An 0-2 start is about as bad as things can go for any team. As in comes Team Depot, actually, they've just reported they're in. Jerky, Prelude, and Emmy all in the lobby. The Hornets on the other side of the field here. See which players they bring into this matchup. As again, just getting things set up here. A question I really have is who the Hornets going to play, because there's 5 players on that team. They really could play they could play a ton of different versions of that roster and find success, but obviously you want to make sure you find that roster that can get you that first win of the season, that roster that can get you off to a good start here, especially in game 1, where you haven't been able to take any game wins yet this season. You need to get one early. Hornets have a little bit more roster deviation, but it doesn't make things easier. In fact, in many ways, it makes things tougher when you have 5 players on a team, because that means that you gotta, oftentimes, like for Fast, since he's the captain, he's gotta make a decision on who's going to play, who's not going to play, and that decision almost always has a huge effect on future of the match. So we'll see who the Hornets do bring out tonight. It's a fun kind of welcome back for Cody, who we got to see play for Team Ignition yesterday on this stream in a 4-0 sweep And tonight, just a best of 5, not a best of 7 like we had yesterday. Takes a little bit less for both these teams. I mean, it's still regular season. Even after this week, there's still 3 more. So, both these teams have a good amount of time to recover, to get back up in that top 16 that I believe makes it to that final bracket. Now, though, we're just waiting on them to show up. The Hornets again taking on Team Depot in this best of 5. Apologies on the somewhat substantial delays here, just making sure that these players are here, as the Hornets still haven't joined in yet. I'm probably just doing some warm-ups, which is a good thing if you're doing warm-ups this early. It means you can go right from that into your match, stay relatively cohesive. Definitely a benefit for a lot of teams to be able to do that. We'll make sure they're in here. Any more for all of you. There's not really much else I can say about these two teams. Again, they're 0-2. They not had a very good start to their season. We get a bit more information. Definitely be ones to know about that, as they're not usually late, but this is a different place to be in entirely. We do again wait on these players to show on up. The timer has started actually now, the forfeit timer, just 15 minutes in the Royalty Series. I'm hoping we don't have to use much of that. Nice thing is it's only match night as well, so if we have to delay, we can. But I'm not planning on it. I'm not planning on a delay, a major delay of any type. But we are here if that does happen. And we'll wait on the Hornets. They again are almost certainly just in warm-ups, probably finishing up a match here. I assume with time, they'll be in here to get their match started. They're generally not a team that I would consider one to fall late. They've been on the stream a couple times. They've never been super late to a match, so I doubt tonight's going to be any different from that. But still, it does happen. We're going to make sure that these guys are here. But we do have to wait a little bit again. It's probably just some sort of warm-up. Maybe they're playing ranked, and their match has gone on for longer than they thought it would. Whatever it is, we'll just have to be patient with it for now. But that's not a big deal. We can definitely wait on them. Again, especially with no matches after this, so great night just for getting action. And shout out to Team Depot, by the way, for being so patient. As here, guys, TikTok Week's vests are in. We're waiting on their third, but Hornets have finally joined on in. I think, again, they're just finishing up some more. Says Brizzle will join them, so in comes Briz. And that means we can get our best of 5 started, so while we did have some slight delays here, Hornets are here. I think they were just doing some warm-ups, but they're ready for their match. As here we go, our best of 5 has begun. Team Depot on the orange, the Hornets on the blue. Both these teams have not even won a single game yet this season, so this is going to be a huge first win for one of these teams. Even in game 1, it's going to be a huge victory. Our team has been able to take a single game win yet this season. Not even just a series, a game. They've had issues with that themselves. This team's currently running at 0-6 in their game differential. Getting wins is going to be of the utmost importance. As Hornets themselves, we know this team pretty well. They've been around here for, again, a couple times on this stream. A team with a lot of chemistry. Well, they've always had issues, though, being able to punch up against higher ranked teams. Well, their playstyle just doesn't allow them to have something that can surprise a lot of higher ranked teams, and one of the reasons why they do struggle at this all-star level at times. But the teams higher ranked generally have their way, as Vasca gets that block, tricky. Almost forcing it in, Emmy looking midfield, Brizzle's missed it, and Prelude will take goal of 1. Team Depot just playing control to the back wall. And eventually it would break apart, Brizzle unable to get the clear. Prelude with the open net. And Team Depot on the board. A goal like that this early, Team Depot. Mind you, again, even though the Hornets themselves have 0-6, Team Depot is in the exact same position as them. It's gonna be a first win for one of these teams. Just gonna find out which it will be, as Vasts kept out by Emmy, Predude. Keeping this one high, and Team Depot able to walk on in. No challenge was made by the Hornets. They nearly came to regret that decision, because with that much space for Team Depot, they're going to find opportunities, and they're going to take them too. You just can't give teams that kind of space. Team Depot, I'd say it would be an unfortunate position for them to have not scored there. Only leading by one still, but that bump from Emmy opens up space. Tricky will find the net. And although it will be tricky to score this one, it was Emmy to make it happen with the bump on Vasts. And good eye from Tricky as well to recognize that play. Did not wait to take his shot. That kind of eye with that kind of speed. Great time to bring out that kind of play as Predude. Tricky there to help him out. As this will head to the corner. TikTok, Tweaks, and Vast both trying to work on this together. Tweaks cleared away by Predude as Tricky looking for net. Vast will be there. And it's Team Depot right now waiting in the midfield. It's Predude. Vast's trying to clear this one out as Tricky, that one's been pinched by him. Emmy able to get that save as will be Team Depot still on the ball here. And Team Depot still holding that 2-goal lead, but the Hornets looking to go quick on their tails as Predude. I thought for a second he missed that one. Team Depot not so reliant on those clears right now. You can tell there's a lot more of an attempt to control that ball now. Are they actually controlling it? It's hard to tell at times. They seem like the team that's in more control, but they're also the team that's leading, so that could just be from good shooting. Feels like a lot of that is just from good shooting. Team Depot haven't really been able to control every aspect of this game. Oh, TikTok Tweaks with a mid-air dunk. The Hornets have taken one back. And in fashionable style, TikTok Tweaks. And although the Hornets have entered this game, they've come in a bit too late. It's still a lot of time though, but they're not going to be happy with how long it took for them to get the start. But they should be happy they just got a start. Dunk like that should be helpful, but not for long. Emmy right off the kickoff, and Team Depot, thanks to that Hornets' fashionably late entrance, will not have any effect on the score lines. And with them now leading by 2 again, Team Depot, making sure they stay 1 step, or really 2 steps ahead of the Hornets. They'll look for a little bit more on offense. Made dunks by Vasts. Hornets trying to swarm onto this one on offense, but very tough to do so when they keep clearing this ball away so heavily. Depot does have some issues though with just getting to the ball at times. They seem to have some mechanical issues, but overall when the Hornets keep giving the ball away like that, it just gives Team Depot reason to keep attacking, to keep challenging. And it gives the Hornets less time on offense to actually make things happen. Where a lot of the issues are coming is Tricky. Talks Weeks, Tricky again. Team Depot, inside the final minute, just looking to hold on to this lead. The Hornets need to get something soon. For Team Depot, less than a minute away from their first game win of the season. A huge accomplishment that both these teams could create in this match is just taking that first game win. Not even the first series win, although that is going to be something that one of these teams will accomplish. Even just taking a game off someone. The confidence boost that would be as Emmy unable to get that second touch. The Hornets still unable to get that ball out for the midfield. Tricky will go to net. Predude on the dunk, but that's off the left side post. Team Depot looking to keep the ball as far away as they can. Tricky. Dunked by Vasts. Emmy. TikTok Tweaks is waiting for this one, but Team Depot continuing to just play midfield. And nothing is going through. Game 1 will end. Team Depot will take their first game win of the season. And a long time coming for Team Depot. And in week 3, they're able to put things together and push ahead of an opponent. With a game win like that, with something to talk about, Team Depot off to a great start. Again, neither them nor the Hornets have been able to take even a game win against someone. Position like this, where they're, getting this game win, it's a new position for them to be in. They've got to be able to be okay with this, though. New territory here for Team Depot and taking a game off their opponents. That means we just go into game number 2. Team Depot up by 1, but they've got to keep it that way. The Hornets still looking for their first game win of the season. Reminder, they've also been swept in both of their last 2 matches. And ironically, even though we're in week 3 of, I believe it's like a 6-week season. This match should actually have a lot of implications for the playoff bracket. If you lose this match, you're not in a great position to make those playoffs. Eventually, are forced to win the next 3 games, and I mean, I don't really want to be in that position if I was any of these teams. These game wins all do matters. Predude! Oh, what a weird one that is. It's gonna go in for Tricky. Predude, though, off to the races, and he plays Enforcer. So often you see players go for the shot there. I don't know why Predude did it himself, but he went after Brizzle instead. It works either way. Team Depot up by 1. Put them in a much better position right now. Team Depot need to be able to keep this kind of play going. As Emmy off to the middle of the field. Tricky. Almost able to get that redirect, but it will be kept away here. Oh, but not for long. Predude sets up Tricky. This could be number 2, but it will sail by the back post. With a slow challenge from Emmy. Team Depot is not going to find any more time on offense for this play. In fact, the Hornets have plays of their own. TikTok tweaks actually got past Tricky there, but Predude able to get back in time. The Hornets have to reset, although that's not a great back pass. Emmy's going to go for goal, and it's 2 for Team Depot. It was an errant back pass touch there. Not strong enough from Vasts. Emmy will take it away. And Team Depot will double their lead. And for the Hornets, still this season, they, again, are having issues playing up against a lot of these higher ranked competitions. Hornets, again, probably on paper their easiest team so far this season, but then it feels like they just have that advantage, and I think a lot of it for the Hornets as well, their issues isn't even just rank-wise, it's just overall that team chemistry that they are usually so good at isn't really there this match. It just feels like there's a lot of clears, a lot of heavy touches, not a lot of following each other up. Without that kind of communication, no team's going to succeed. Maybe one of the major reasons why the Hornets have had a disastrous start to this season. Depot themselves still very beatable, and they've lost 2 times already for a reason. But they don't want to lose here, as Emmy gets that bump on TikTok weeks. Yet another bump play here from Team Depot. They have been going for those all game, and they have connected on the majority of them. I think if they just keep doing it here, the Hornets are going to be overwhelmed. Right now, they're just having issues getting the ball out of their half. What an infield pass, but TikTok weeks there. Emmy still got this one, and none of the Hornets are ready for it. Another one from Emmy. And Team Depot will continue their reign of terror. Hornets have only scored once so far this series. It is not getting much better for them. Was that a fake kickoff? I don't know. That looks quite intentional there from Predude. It didn't really work out to Team Depot's favor, but do have the ball, which is at least a positive. In fact, they almost got a goal from this off the crossbar. The Hornets will just panic that one away. I mean, nearly with yet another one for themselves. They've already scored twice this game. Team Depot. How many goals they've already gotten? I think they'd love to let Emmy take a third for themselves. But no easy thing to do here. At the very least, Team Depot, they don't really care about getting more goals. Just about making sure that they stay in the lead, which, the way they're playing, that's not going to be too much of a question. Definitely the just much better team, much more well-rounded. And again, they're not clearing the ball nearly as often as the Hornets are. The Hornets just feels like so many of these touches don't have an aim, don't have an idea behind them. You can tell what Team Depot is doing with every touch they're making. And they are taking into account where the players on the field are, what's the best ideas. Again, the decisions from Team Depot, you can see a clear line of thought. Feels like for the Hornets, they just don't have that. I think, for the Hornets, it's maybe an identity crisis for them. This is a team of players who all know each other quite well. They're playing up against tougher competition nowadays than they were in the past, when they were on Team Ignition as a unit. At least a lot of these players were on Team Ignition. The competition's getting a lot tougher. You've got to be a lot more thoughtful with how you play the ball. Team Depot, again, just keeping this one away. Have given 0 goals up to the Hornets so far in Game 2. And with how they're playing, Team Depot definitely looking like a sure-in for a sweep, but they're just going to make sure this game ends, get themselves ready for that third matchup. The Hornets, man, this season has been a downhill spiral for them. And it feels like it's only getting worse here. Team Depot will continue to just keep that ball in the midfield, and again, the aim is there. They're just waiting for the Hornets to clear it out to them. Hornets, they keep feeding Team Depot, but there's not much of an option here. They've been so reliant on these clears this series, and Team Depot recognizes that in its entirety. And you get the sense that Team Depot being better every single game, recognizing that even more. And really, this game has been a non-question on what team has been playing a lot better. Team Depot, early deserved win here. As they'll go up 2-0 in the series. I've only given up 1 goal to the Hornets in this match so far. The way they're playing, Team Depot on the verge of a 3-0 sweep. Yeah, it's been a great start to the series here for Team Depot. All they need to do is just finish it, which, again, could be an issue. We've seen so many teams get to this point, and then following that pressure for Team Depot, they've not been in this position before. Obviously, as we saw in the game 2, they weren't in that position either, where they had 1 game won, so this side, again, in new territory, but eventually on the cusp of getting their first win of the series, first series win of the season. Doing a 3-0 sweep, it will at least negates one of the 2 sweeps they had in the first 2 weeks, so really be a huge help to Team Depot to make sure they take this match as quick as possible. They're en route to doing that. They just need 1 more win. As we'll go right into this match here. The Hornets on the verge of going 9 losses straight in games. 3 losses straight in series. They cannot let Team Depot take another, or else this match is over. There's only 1 goal to speak of in the entirety of the series, and was, I think, only 2 shots last game. There's not much hope for the Hornets, at least not with what we've seen so far, but the nice thing is it's a new game, a completely blank slate. This is where they can turn things around. Oh, Team Depot can get right back off to their quick start. Predude gonna tuck that one by TikTok tweaks. Now in comes Tricky. It will be dunked away, and if there's anybody that's been really impressing me so far this match, it has been Emmy's shooting. And the bumps as well, just from Emmy, from Tricky, from Predude. They've all been involved in getting bumps on each other as Tricky gets one there. All about making sure to put it all together. You're in a game where Hornets are going to throw everything they have at that net. As soon as they let Vast take that shot, it will be kept away initially here, and no follow-up play from the Hornets. That means for Team Depot, they get to go right back to the blue half of the field. Is that touch? Tricky. Unable to get over Brizzle. Predude waiting on this. Great touch round one. Now getting a second. Looking for number 3 is Predude. Leaving it. Redirect goes high. In comes Emmy, but that shot's gone wide. Team Depot still holding. It's a great touch from Emmy, but no one there waiting. Team Depot will be back to make a block. And it's back and forth action. Still no goals on DFH Stadium. Both these teams battling for control. As Emmy, oh, the great pass! Tricky! With about as easy as it comes. Emmy sets this up with a pinch off the corner, and TikTok Greek's completely befuddled. It's Team Depot 1, Hornets 0. As hello, J-Juke Gaming. Thank you for the compliments, my friend. I'm hoping you're enjoying the match tonight here. As Team Depot keeping up the offense, Tricky. It's right down in front. Predude will make it 2. And then it is Team Depot who keep piling on the points. And it is Team Depot who will look to make this series very, very short for the Hornets. But not so sweet. Tricky. Oh, is this almost 3? It nearly was. Brizzle had to fall on top of that one. And the Hornets continuing. Have all of this go against them. And again, they just cannot get by that midfield. Again, Team Depot recognizing that the Hornets so heavy on those clears. Just wait back. You play a little bit more patiently. You let the play come to you. Team Depot is just going to clear it right back. The Hornets, this is not a position or a playstyle that they can win this series with. They've got to find control. They're just going to be able to slow things down for themselves. Miss there from Vast, nearly scored on by Tricky. Now in comes Emmy, and that's going to go rolling towards the net. Tricky will turn it in, and it is 3-0 Team Depot with another goal for Tricky. And for the Hornets, this match, it seemingly can only go one way. It has been a long, long night. Team Depot, simply put, have been in complete control. They've been the team that has played the better play style, the counter to the Hornets, if you will say. The Hornets, again, they have not made any major changes, and it's coming back to bite them. This series where they didn't start off very well, Team Depot is really making sure that it ends even worse. We have not seen a goal since the middle of Game 1 from the Hornets. And now in Game 3, we may only see that one goal from the Hornets unless they can do something. Something drastic. It have to be a fairy tale type of comeback. Hornets to take this game. They gotta get out of defense first, which is something that they have not been able to do for the last 3 minutes. Tricky. Predude. That's another one in for Team Depot. And they're making sure that fairy tale dream for the Hornets will stay a dream. There's yet another infield pass connecting. Again, the Hornets just aren't in a place to block it. For a team who has had so many struggles this season, the Hornets, after this match, are going to need to take a real deep look at themselves. This season has started off, the first half of the season has been about as bad as it can be. They want any chance to make it to the playoffs next season. They're going to need to take, again, a hard look at themselves, at the way that they're playing, and make some changes, because at this point in the season for a team, you can't rely on doing the same thing over and over again and hoping it works when clearly it seems like most teams don't seem to have too many issues against them. Team Depot has not shown too many issues here against the Hornets. And they're going to make sure that this game will find its end soon. Probably looking to keep the Hornets away from that net while they do it, but TikTok tweaks. Upped by Emmy is a great first chance. In comes Vast to look for no, but it will be Emmy again. And Predude will be taking it away. Team Depot staying right on top of this one. As Tricky left in front. Vast unable to get there. Oh, he does just in time. Emmy blocked on the goal line. But it doesn't matter. Time will run out. And the Hornets have only been able to manage a single goal this game. Team Depot with their first win of the season. And it is a 3-0 sweep. The Hornets now are 0-9 in all games. With only one goal to show in this series. Team Depot dismantling the Hornets. A deserved win. Again, with it being so many goals from Team Depot, just good control. And it's a win that they desperately needed at this point in the season. Both these teams needed a win. Depot will take it. And in three games straight as well. Again, there's not much else to really say, except just good performance. Exactly what they needed. And their first loss was against FFV Akuma. Their second against Faded Force, but this third match will be the one that wins it for them. And again, with a 3-0 sweep, Team Depot will take the series here in week 3 without too many questions. And we're going to get a little interview here at Team Depot while we wait. And shouts to them for getting that win, a big victory and a big point in their season as well, as we're nearing that halfway point. And you don't want to be at that point in your season without getting any wins. Again, for the Hornets here, this loss will almost certainly make things worse. But to join us here to talk about the good part of this match, it's Predude. Welcome in. Your team's first win of the season. It's been 2 straight weeks of getting swept. Now finally you guys are on the sending end of the sweep, on the punishing side. How does it feel to kind of win and actually get a match that you guys look that you guys are able to win for a change? Because this first half of your season, those first 2 weeks could not have gone any worse for you guys. It feels.
Yeah, that's the way to put it. Yeah, we realize that, and we haven't been in our game in a good second. So we just focused on just actually getting on and playing consistently and getting back in our routine, and I think it worked out this week.
I think another thing to really talk about for you guys as well is it's a 3-0 sweep as well. That's the important part about this. It's not just a win, but it's a 3-0 sweep. Just getting that first win often so many times propels teams, but with it being a sweep, you can't be any more confident after that win. Now going into week number 4, I mean, you got to talk kind of about this team's mentality, be able to push through all of these, losses, because it's so tough. It's so tough to be able to recover from these losses, but be able to do it. And now that you have some confidence, what's this team's mentality been like, even with having 2 weeks that have been so disastrous, but this third week being able to turn things around?
I think it's been fine. I think none of our issues really derived from like on-field problems. We've always played well. It's just again just like scheduling mishaps, just not being in the right mind of it to get on time or whatever. So we knew that if we could get back into our rhythm, we wouldn't have an issue. So I think that's been our main mentality, or positive part of our mentality is we knew it wasn't an on-field problem.
I'm happy here as well. A 3-0 sweep win now against the Hornets. For you guys, this has also been an important win just in terms of playoffs as well. Even though you're still far way away from for any team to secure their playoffs, a loss here, it would have only made things even worse for you guys. So I'm sure you guys still have playoffs kind of in your mind. Uh, with the hope of playoffs kind of being revitalized, did you ever think about that coming into the series? I would assume probably not, but so many teams talk about how important these wins are in terms of the playoffs. Was that something that you guys ever thought about?
Um, I mean, yeah, like kind of down the road deal, but every bit of our problems was so upfront that we were very focused on right now and showing up and winning whatever's in front of us. So we're just gonna keep doing our best, and if we make the playoffs, then great.
Well, again, I'm happy to hear that from you, Predude. A win over the Hornets. It's been a great win. You guys are going to look to make sure you continue the improvements as the weeks go on, because the way you guys are playing, as long as you can keep that confidence, you've already shown you've got that mentality for a playoff run. But I'm sure, again, you guys just thinking about making sure you get those wins, making sure you get yourself into a good position. The second half of your season, congrats on your win, Predude. Before you leave, is there any last things you want to say? Any shoutouts? Any final things you want to say? Any final messages?
No, I'm good. Thank you for the cast. Did a great job.
Thank you for joining me, Predude. Thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your night.
You as well.
Predude there joining in a real sweep for Team Depot as they defeat the Hornets. Thank you all so much for winning tonight. That's it for us. I know it's a short night as well. Appreciate all of you for being so supportive. For now, though, I'm gonna get a raid in. Thank you all so much. Take care. Be well, but for now, have a great rest of your evening. See you guys again tomorrow with a ton of action on this stream and a little bit of a few guests as well. But for now, take care. We'll see you again tomorrow.